begin looking at verse 6. And I want to talk during this radical revival on a subject, then and now.
All right. Hallelujah.
That's the subject I want to talk about. I talked about this some time ago, but I want to talk about this then and now. It's good to think about then, but what about now? And that's what revival is about. Revival is a point in your life when you look at then, how you were then. And most importantly, to see if you've been navigating right. You contemplate and can begin to say, where am I now? Past is gone. What am I doing this very instant for the Lord? Joshua chapter 14, begin with verse 6. Then the children of Judah came to Joshua in Gilgal, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, said to him, you know the word which the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, concerning you and me in Kadesh Barnea. I was 40 years old when Moses and the servant of the Lord sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land. And I brought back word to him as it was in my heart. Nevertheless, my brethren who went up with me made the heart of the people melt. But I wholly followed the Lord my God. So Moses swore on that day, saying, surely in the land where your foot has trodden shall be your inheritance, and your children forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. Because I have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now, behold, the Lord has kept me alive as he said. These 45 years, ever since the Lord spoke this word to Moses while Israel wandered in the wilderness, and now, here I am this day, 85 years old. As yet I am as strong this day as on the day that Moses sent me out. Just as my strength was then, so now is my strength for war, both for going out and for coming in. Now, therefore, give me this mountain of which the Lord spoke in that day. For you heard that day how the Anak were there, and that the cities were great and fortified. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall be able to drive them out as the Lord said. And Joshua blessed them, and gave Hebron to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, as an inheritance. Hebrew, therefore, I want you to listen to verse 14. Hebron, therefore, became the inheritance. Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenite, to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord God of Israel.
Hallelujah.
And the name of Hebron formerly was Kiriath Arba. Then the land had rest from war. Is that a word from the Lord? Then and now. This is a very inspiring text. This Caleb is first seen in Numbers 14 and verse 13 and verse 30. That episode where the people of God had lost their nerve. God had told them to go in and possess the land, but they got scared. When they saw the giant, these same folk that Caleb is talking about as if they were nothing, these giants, in fact, some of them had what we call, one of them is known to have 6 fingers on one hand.
All right.
Can I get a witness? These were giants. These were people of Goliath type folk. These were people who were skillful in warfare. And here Caleb comes to the scene, and it was Caleb and Numbers who quieted the people who were disturbed because they had gotten bad news. It was Caleb that said to them, "Be quiet, God is well able." And 45 years later, the same Caleb, this 85 feisty old man, looked back at his den and said, "Just as I was strong then, I'm as strong as I am now." Think about, oftentimes in Christianity, some people, all they've got is just the then. Can I get a witness? There's no now, but then. A lot of people is reminiscing about, "Oh, I remember what I used to do." Can I get a witness? I remember how excited I was about God. I remember how I used to work in the church. I remember how I used to attend. But what does that have to do with now? We learned from Canaan that he's consistent. Can I get a witness? He consistently. What do we need is a radical faith that clings to God no matter how many years has passed. Caleb said, God had promised. God had determined that this would be my inheritance, and I can't give it up. How many of us are like that? Satan does, and then you got Satan messing with it. Satan doesn't mess with lives. He messes up your plan. He shatters your dream. He gives you headaches. He gives us heart attacks. He gives us all kinds of messages of intimidation. But Caleb said, I'm just as I was. God who kept me in the wilderness. God who brought me through the Red Sea. God who parted the Red Sea. God who made water out of rock. God who gave me manna from heaven. God who kept me in the wilderness. God who kept my clothes from wearing out the same God. It's amazing that people believe that we learn that Caleb is consistent in his belief of God. The second thing we see about Caleb is he understood that no matter how many years have passed, the capacity of God to do signs and wonders, the capacities of God to do above and beyond what you could think and imagine, the capacities of God is never diminished just because you've been there a long time. He's the same today, yesterday, and forevermore. God has undiminishing power. Perhaps we don't get it. Jesus in Matthew 28 says it. He was trying to pray with his disciples because they had run and hid when he got executed on the cross of Calvary. And Jesus got up on the grave. In Matthew chapter 28, Jesus says these words to the disciples. He said to them, he said, I've got all power in heaven and earth. What was in fact Jesus saying? He was saying to the disciples, my power is not diminished just because of cross experience. Just because they've been a Calvary, my power is not diminished. And he wanted his disciples to get to understand him in the context of his power. It's amazing how we throw around this word dunamis. It's like God is capable at sometimes to do something. But right now, it appears that God has been diminished. It seems that God has lost his finesse. He's lost his suave, like I use that expression. He's lost his influence. Yeah, he was back then. And we've got to stop talking about back then. The only time we talk about back then is to reflect upon what God's going to do now. Can I get a witness? Not to dwell in where you have been or what your failures have been in the past, but you ought to look back and dwell on it because it's got a message for what you can do right now. Just as strong as I was back then, I'm just as strong as I am. Now, if you are familiar with the scene, Caleb is going up against, not weakly. I want you, when you get a chance, to go and look up the word Enoch. These are the inhabitants of the land. These are the ones that got Israel scared to death. They saw them in the land and they said, we are as grasshoppers in their sight. These are the people that Caleb, 85 years old, look at them and said, when it comes to the strength of God, they are nothing. He said, I'm standing standing on the promises. Let me reiterate for them. You know, we sing that song with gusto at times, but do we really believe it?
Come on now.
I'm standing on the promises of Christ my King. And we sing another song. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. Can I get a witness? But how often do we stand firmly committed to the authority of God? God is not diminished. My situation may not be the best of the best. I may not feel the best of the best. Can I get a witness? The doctor may not have given me the best news there is. My finances may not be the best that I desire it to be. But I do understand this God. Yeah, he's sure not God all by himself. Can I get a witness? He's a God that's never exhausted. He's an inexhaustible God. He's an everlasting God. He's plenteous in mercy. Here I've had it right. He goes to Joshua, and he's not what we call, he's not timid. One of the things that we look at Caleb like is on the two that we can say about him is that Caleb was bold. Amen. He goes to Joshua and he says, I'm not asking and begging. No, can I get some help now? I'm not coming to, you know, sometimes we please too much. Sometimes we have to, because we are in Christ Jesus, we have a right to demand because he's given that authority. And Caleb goes because the promises of God was sure. And if we believe that God's word is true, it cannot be rescinded. And we believe what it said in Isaiah, that his word will go out and not come back void, but will accomplish that for which it is set out to do. And we believe that God has the last word. And we come to understand that there's a God who can speak and heaven and earth come into existence. And we believe that there's a God who created the heavens and the earth. And we believe that a God can speak and something out of nothing comes into being. And we can believe that there's a God who spoke and darkness was dispelled. And we can believe that a God who's able to do above and beyond what we can think of. Caleb is certain. He's not taken back. He's not stuttering. He's not quivering. He's not intimidated. Can I get a witness? Yeah, they're giants, but my God is bigger than any giant. Because God had promised him. So he stood on the promises of God. And the scripture says, he says to Joshua, give me this mountain. Can I get some witness? Oh, yes. Can you imagine 85 years old? You notice that Caleb is not talking about, and I know, Pastor, you don't get into this, but I talk to some folk who Sunday is not here yet. And they tell me, Pastor, I don't think I'm going to be there Sunday. It's Wednesday.